This is the local and national news from Fabulous 103 FM, and it would be fabulous if you subscribed. It's easy. Click the subscribe button, and at the same time, click the like button too. Yesterday's news from our studios was blocked in many ways by YouTube, as it contained non-graphic descriptions concerning the passing of an expat in the region. We can only say that we didn't block it ourselves, as it is and was a news article done with integrity. However, YouTube listed it as adult content. Please don't imagine that the adult content was anything other than a non-graphic description, without graphic photographs, of a mystery passing. As the international military exercises Cobra Gold continue for the next week, so Lopburi authorities reported to the media on the death of a US service person discovered in a barracks there yesterday. Autopsy details have not been released. However, the serving member is reported to have had head injuries. A full post-mortem will be carried out here in Thailand, we're told, with invitation to the US Army to review. And the government has approved a new welfare programme for the poor, which goes into effect April the 1st. With millions of applications to register, the new programme includes 300 baht for monthly essentials, 80 baht toward a discount on gas, 315 for electricity and 200 towards water. In addition, travel on public transport is subsidised too. 14.6 million people have so far applied for the credit. Almost a third of those applications were rejected though, as many, it appears, tried to get in on the act without being truly needy. In Chachoengsao, one Chinaman had neighbours scared. This as police and local officials visited his home after complaints that he had a pet, a white lion cub. He claims he has receipts for a legal purchase. Officials asked for his permit to keep and house the animal. That wasn't so far forthcoming. One of the most vicious of animals, the white tiger, is also a protected species. But for locals, the worry is that it may be small and cuddly today, but soon it certainly won't be. 500,000 baht is what's claimed to have been paid for the pet, but for a licence to keep it, he would need to prove adequate caging and security, plus staff on duty all day to watch over it. As the elections draw close, whilst we don't report on every party's promises, voters are being flooded with "we'll do this if we get in" statements from pretty much all angles. Even the current ruling party is promising things that they weren't previously discussing. How far will parties go to get a tick on the paper? Well, one has gone as far as to promise a reduction in school years and free university for those who want it. Either way, the gloves are off, the candidates are out, and we can expect the dissolution of Parliament to be announced officially soon, signalling the date for voting. An aide to the late abbot of a temple has been sentenced to 10 years in jail after he was arrested last year on charges of embezzling some 80 million baht from the temple coffers. Ordered to pay back the cash, it was accepted that he'd conned the then ageing abbot into signing off on huge amounts of money, which he told him were due to be paid for maintenance and building costs. The money was from a fund set up to build new temples. Instead, it went into the thief's own account and was spotted following an audit after the abbot's death last year. At the time of his arrest, authorities seized cash, property and even a Bentley motorcar with a combined value of 92 million baht. The difficulty in raising a child with special needs in rural areas in Thailand was sadly highlighted this week as police found that a 33-year-old lady had jumped with her 4-year-old into a well and drowned. It's regularly mentioned that a lack of social care for those with special needs continues to be an issue across the country. Aftermarket auto and bike parts to the tune of 10 million baht was seized by Chachoengsao police this week at a warehouse run by a Chinese business. The parts, according to authorities, were being sold to garages and repair centres, but marked as genuine factory parts with labelling that faked the brand names too. With the Thai manager arrested, some 200,000 parts were removed, all bearing labels such as Suzuki, Yamaha and Honda. Russians on Phuket don't want to go home. That's the feeling on the island as some 7,500 have applied to extend their visas. With many feeling uncomfortable in their home country and others of mixed Russian and Ukrainian parentage, the numbers in other regions have swollen as well, as immigration officers advise early application to avoid overstay. Meanwhile, at home and in our own region, Banglamung Transport Department has outdone itself once again, as drains buried just a year ago in yet another soy are being dug up and replaced. With no explanation as to how anyone could budget for such a quickie, Soy Chayapuk too is now seeing new drains drilled out and replaced with even newer ones. Others tell us that this happens in many areas around the city. For drivers, it's a nightmare. For the businesses, it's far worse. But at least the rain might wash away a little faster. Smog levels are hoped to lower during the course of the day, but at dawn it was 160, over 3 times the government-listed safety level. And the Met Office promises highs today of 31, dropping down to 25, a brighter and even more pleasant day. Local and national news today from Fabulous 103 FM and Fabulous Pattaya Media Group. And to get a notification every time we release another bulletin or program, like and subscribe to our channel, Fabulous Pattaya Media Group, by using the link below.